We had just done our first employee commitment survey, and one of the key pieces of feedback that we got was that virtually everyone in the organization felt like we didn't do a very good job of managing people performance. High performers felt like they weren't being differentiated from poor performers, and people felt like we weren't helping to develop or coach or improve the performance of poor performers, and it was just pretty much universal across the board. We were like going through revelations. It's like, wow, it has nothing to do with the year-end performance appraisal. In fact, it's something that we should be doing every single day. And in retrospect, it's pretty odd to think that we couldn't kind of grasp that concept without a little bit of help. So we quickly moved from the notion of it's all about the performance appraisal, and if we could only give candid feedback, life would be better, to the notion of we need to build a system. And really, for the last 13 years, certainly in the divisions that I'm responsible for, it's been an ongoing process of trying to build a system that ensures that people are getting performance feedback all the time. And that's the key starting point to probably the transformation in our organization. We've consistently, since the year 2000, run employee commitment surveys. And what you started to see very clearly was an incredible correlation between those areas that were well ahead of other areas as it relates in the behavioral technology that ADI brings to the table, and the correlation between that level of commitment to the science and the levels of engagement. So it's always good to begin with your people, because if you've got a problem, it's probably somehow, some way, and in some shape or form related to the performance of the people in your organization. But the biggest piece of advice I can give to any sort of executive level folks that are looking to go down this road is it's a long road, and you've got to be committed to taking it all the way. When I talk about performance management in our organization, I talk about it as a way. It's not a thing. It's not like a fad. It's not something we're going to try. It's a way. It's a way that we will operate. It's a set of expectations we will put on anyone responsible for other people in the organization. And if you don't see it as a way, an element of how the culture will be managed on a go-forward basis, you're never going to get there. I can't imagine if there was an avenue by which you could create an environment where the people you were responsible for were happier. Why wouldn't you embrace it? Why wouldn't you adopt it, and why wouldn't you implement it? Because all else being equal, it feels a lot better sort of personally to know that you have been able to influence people in such a positive way over the years. It's probably the thing I'm most proud of in my career. And that all started probably in 2000, at that first kind of two-day conference. But it feels awfully good for people to look to you as someone who actually cares about who they are and what they do. And when people look to you and know that when I do a good job, he knows it.